Hey, it's Bill again, and I'm working on a recipe suggestion from a friend of mine. Actually, it's from Belgium, and there's a couple different parts to it, and so I wanted to kind of, when something's a little more complicated, I like to break it down so it's simplified, and I'm going to try and stay as true to the recipe as I can, but there are some things I'm going to do a little different. One of the things that, after doing some research, huge, is that Belgians eat fries with like everything, but they have a really unique way of making them, which I think is the secret. And it's kind of used, some of the fast food chains try and use it to make better fries. And notice I'm not going to use the word French fries, they're not, because they're just fries the way they do it. But let me show you the secret. So I took a russet potato, and I cut them into nice cool, good sized strips, right? Because that's what I want to do. I want to have some good, and I put them in ice water, threw them in the fridge. I want a good 5-10 minutes of them leaching out the starch. That's the first stage. So now what I want to do is drain it. Okay, now this is really an interesting part of it. So I got some boiling hot water that I'm going to pour on top of it. It's all Pyrex, but I'm still nervous, So why did I do this? Well, we're kind of like poaching them, we kind of make them good. I gotta get the timer going though, so I don't forget. Okay, so what we got here is some nice hot water, and what we want to do is we want to get some of that water in there, and it's probably going to leach more of the starch out, but it's going to really help make the inside soft. Now I'm going to tell you straight up that I'm going to violate the first rule of making good fries because I don't have a commercial deep fryer, which would be ideal. So what I've done is I've modified this recipe to work with an air fryer. So let's give these things 10 minutes of good soaking, and I'll come back and show you what the heck it's going to look like. Alright, so these suckers in the water still hot. Using a glass bowl really helps keep that in. I think I can use my bare hand. Maybe I'll pour off some of this water first. Yeah, all that starch out of there. So what I need to do now is I'm going to kind of single file them. I got this cookie sheet with some paper towels. Now there are people that get paid really lots of money to figure out the best way to make French fries for these fast food chains. They won't hire me, and I got all the secrets. Okay. So really, now what we want to do is we want to get them cool, and we want to get all that water out of them. Want to leave them spaced, and as you can see, I'm not making a ton of it because once we get this final steps done, it's they're not something you want to store. You could probably freeze them and heat them up in the air fryer. I might try that. I haven't done it yet. But for right now, all I want to tell you is let's just let these things set, cool down, and we'll move on to the next step. We'll see you back in about 5 minutes. All right, so I got my potatoes nice and dry. I got clean bowl, and they're nice and cool, which is what we need. And there are two steps we're going to do with this. One, you need a little oil to cook them in, and I'm not recommending spray oil. I would just use some canola oil and just be very gentle with it. And we're going to kind of toss it around. So here's my take on it, is, you know me, I want to add some flavor, so I'm going to put just a little bit of cayenne pepper in here. And like I said, I don't want to, that's not the overpowering. So flip them around, make them all happy. 20. I'm going to get my air fryer pan. And you can go like 2-layer on this. That's fine. So I'm going to get them out in the air fryer. What I need is 400 degrees, alright? And it's going to take 15-20 minutes. I just want to get them crusty on the outside, not all the way cooked, because this is kind of a 2-step process. So I'm going to put this in the air fryer and I'll be back and show you what they look like. Alright, so actually these are pretty good sized fries, and I had to kind of stir them around every 10 minutes. It actually took about 25 minutes to get them where I wanted them. They're not golden brown, but they got a little crust on them, okay? So the next step is you let them cool, because what we're going to do is right before we're ready to serve them, they're going to go back in. Oh, they're done. They're going to go back in the air fryer for about 10 minutes. And that'll make them real golden brown. And this is allowing the whole process. And if you think about it, you know, high heat, the steam is going to push out keep pushing out the oil. So now we kind of need to let them dehydrate a little bit, so that on the next round, there's not going to be as much steam, and that's going to give us that better crust. Because as long as the steam's pouring out, they're not going to crust up on the outside. But let me tell you, these guys look great. And this is the first step of my vol au vent, which is, you know, a lot of the Belgian food has French origins, and this is kind of one of them. Like I said, it's kind of national food for them, and I'm really working to see how I'm going to put it all together, but I promise I will, and it'll be just absolutely fantastic. So I will see you with the rest of this recipe shortly. Alright, so like I said, I had let them cool, these French fries, or Belgian fries, or we'll just call them fries, and now it's ready to serve them, because I was going to do it later, but I decided I really had to try them. So this is the last secret, is you want to just pinch your salt on here, and I like doing it on this parchment paper. I'll show you why. Do little bangs, get it all around. I don't go crazy, I don't salt them like fast food places. And dump them on my plate. They're really hot. But these guys are nice. I mean, these guys have some nice crispness to the outside, and when I snap them open, they're really hot, I can't do that. But when I snap them open, beautiful. They're so light on the inside. That is what you want. that is a true fry from Belgium. So, like I said, I'll finish up this rest of this recipe. I'm going to do this separately so you can see this, see what I'm working on. I'll have the rest of this recipe for you later. Have a great day.